Usually beautiful when we come here every Thursday, 3 p.m. to sit here to be able to relate to you some of the latest happening in the world of sports. And I know you know that sports itself is life, and people don't take it for granted, and that's why we always go extra mile to get you some of the highlights and also bring people here to give you depth and also perspective to some of these sporting issues as they happen. Back home here, there are a lot of sporting activities ranging from football, table tennis, and all the competition to keep the young athletes in form and also in shape for a major tournament, particularly the ones that will be representing Nigeria outside there. I remain Abdullah Hajia, welcoming you to another episode of Capital Sports, that fantastic program where you will not want to miss it, and we'll always do our best to ensure that you're given that company with the best of analysis and also perspective to some of this issue. I welcome you once more. Sit back, relax while we just go on this very short break, and when we return, we'll be telling you more about what we have and also probably accommodate you through the conversation when we open the lines. Let's go there. Well, in the spirit of sportsmanship, we always say sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That is just the language every time, anywhere. And in as much as I know we're not happy to be at the Qatar 2022 World Cup, but our own other age grade teams are not doing badly. Talking about the under 20 team that have qualified for the semi-finals in one way or the other at the Wafu B tournament, which I know will also get us qualification to the Africa Championship. And also our girls, the under 17 girls too, are also preparing for the last phase of the FIFA World Cup qualification against Ethiopia. I think this news that when you hear, I think it's suffices to take care of certain omission and certain places where I think we're not doing too well, and not also leave out other sporting competition, handball, volleyball. I think we have also seen tournaments that are also bringing some of these young lads on board. But before we continue, I would like to quickly and immediately introduce my guest, a special one, the one and only Pius Idoko. Is a sweet voice, I call him whenever he's on air, and I think today will not be different, giving us some of those perspectives and light. Pius, welcome once more on Capital Sports.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's been a while where we had you here, and today is an opportunity. We'll be looking at some of the latest happenings in the world of sports, and right. I think our viewers also have opportunity of also dialing the studio line to be able to tell us how they feel about some of these highlights I'll be giving them today. Well, let's quickly start from the home front, where I know usually week in, week out, we usually get updates from the Nigerian Professional Football League, which I think is our own very league that we must promote anytime
right.
we have the opportunity. Now, this is one current league season where Rivers United, Plateau United, and not looking back, and the struggle and the fight continue for that trophy. What's your take so far, so good, even though in recent time we've heard of fans hooliganism and also attack on the officials?
Well, for fans hooliganism, it's something that you cannot take away from the Nigeria Professional Football League. As far as it's concerned, it's something that's been there. The league management companies has tried everything possible to curb the menace, but then it seemed like it keeps happening every now and then. I just hope that going forward, they should be able to devise a means to put a permanent end to all this hooliganism, fans, invading pitch and all of that, especially when result is not tilting in their direction. But then, looking at Rivers United, Plateau United, yeah, it's a keenly contested encounter between these two teams. Match day 27, we saw Rivers United extended the lead while Plateau United, they capitulated against Nasarawa United. Yeah, the points difference is opened up, and with maybe 13 or 12 more matches to go before the Nigeria Professional Football League climaxes, I think everything is still possible. Football writes its own script, and we're hoping that it's definitely going to remain interesting until the very final day of the season.
Okay, now quickly, the fans hooliganism is one issue I always want us to condemn in all its terms.
Yes.
Now, this is one issue. Most times we hear of this issue being addressed, but it seems as if the measures taken are not too drastic enough to be able to probably say totally eradicate this issue. More so when we watch European leagues, and
Yes.
we hardly hear of such attack except on on rare cases.
Oh, yes.
Don't you think the hammer should be harder on some of these clubs if actually we must get it right?
That's one thing a lot of people have actually clamored for. They've at some point, I've even heard from different quarters where people tend to accuse the LMC to be, soft on some of the sanctions they met out to clubs, erring clubs, and all of that. But regardless, I think the LMC they are trying their very best. They need to sensitize some of these fans. They tend to, become overbearing, especially when result is not going in their way. The LNC should be able to come down a little more harder than what it is right now, giving out fines, sanctions, and then they pay these fines. They allow the same set of fans. It's not like they don't. I feel that for some of these teams, that their fans are always getting agitated whenever result is not going in their favor. I feel they know these fans. The cameras are always there in every match stadiums. Why don't you fish them out? Fish them out, bring them to the public, and then maybe just keep them behind bar. I believe if they are able to do that, put proper measures, put a lot more cameras in match venues, we should be able to get some of these hooligans out of the footballing fraternity.
Okay, quickly before we leave the NPFL out of our discussion for today. Now, Kano Pillars, the
Yes.
position where they are today, I think is news. Because over the years,
Yes.
for let's say for close to a decade, if not more than that, we've
Yes.
always known Kano Pillars to be a very big, Nigerian, team. But today they are swimming around the relegation water. Is that not? Doesn't that call for concern?
It's quite unusual for Kano Pillars, just like you've rightly said. It's quite very, very unusual. One of the matches they played against Sunshine Stars at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. We caught up with the head coach, Ibrahim Musa. We asked him questions. What do you think? What exactly is the problem? Although he was unable to tell us exactly what is affecting the club and why they are where they are on the log as it stands. But regardless, he actually pledged, and he actually said that Kano Pillars fans should be rest assured that come what may, they will escape relegation. But it doesn't look like they are working towards it, because the last time I checked, okay, there were 19s, and then they moved up a little to 17s. The game they played in the course of the week, I think, against Kwara United, okay, they won.
2-1.
So maybe that should also take them a little bit up the ladder. But it's quite very, very unusual. Maybe there is a lingering problem between the players, management, staff of the club that nobody is hearing about. But on the long run, they know what is good for them, and I'm sure they also know what to put in place to ensure they curb it.
All right. Well, we wish them well. In as much as some of us have also respect for them, because I think they've not been doing badly as far as the Nigerian Professional Football League is concerned. So
right.
let's quickly leave that issue for now and move on quickly to the Nigeria Under-17 team.
Oh, yes.
I think this is one team that has not also disappointed the country over the years. I think 7-time African champions,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And today we also have a crop of players that can hold on to their own to say, yes, I'm representing my country, Nigeria. We've seen that in their first game where they defeated Ghana,
Yes.
the defending champions, and getting a 2-2 draw yesterday. I think the journey so far so good. It's not bad.
Well, it hasn't been bad for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Little was actually expected of them, judging from the fact that they had very little time to prepare for this WAFU under 20 or WAFU B under 20 championship happening in Niamey, Niger Republic. Little was actually expected, coupled with the fact that not many Nigerians believe that Ladamboso will be able to get anything out of these boys. Like I said, with the time, like the two teams they played, Ghana, they've been in camp since June last year. Burkina Faso, they've been in camp since October last year. How do you prepare? Just 1 week of preparation here in Nigeria, 1 week of preparation in Niger Republic, face these boys, and then you are able to overcome the defending champion Ghana and also beat, or rather draw with Burkina Faso. They've sealed a semi-final ticket already. I think it's quite commendable. Ladamboso actually failed with this particular team about maybe 2-3 times, and when he was appointed by the NFF to still stir these words, it actually provoked an uproar from different quarters. People are saying, no, they won't get it right. But I think at this point, he's come out to prove a point. So we just wait to see what happens in the semi-finals between any team they are going to face, and we hope they get to the finals where they have the opportunity in playing at the under 20 Africa Cup of Nations proper.
But one fundamental issue that we must also pay attention to in this issue is while we try to commend the effort of the players to who have been steadfast and keeping their heads high to get results, and also the coach who just came shortly taking over as the coach and getting us this result. What about the NFF? I think we need to fix our house in order, because so many distractions, I call it. If you other teams are taking time, like you said, the Ghanaian team, the
Burkina
Faso team too, are getting more time to prepare for blend, for that togetherness, the spirit built up around camp, and we just had little time to prepare. I think something is wrong fundamentally and administratively that we need to get right.
Absolutely. The Nigeria Football Federation, they've always been in the news, and in most cases, always for the wrong reasons. I mean, how do you employ or list the coaches that will be in charge of national teams a month before major tournaments will start? It has always been the case. We are always caught up with this issue of fire brigade approach to major competitions and all of that. In some occasions, yes, we get lucky, we scale through, but it's not always going to be like that. I feel that was what happened to this particular team the last time out, just a month before the championship gets underway. They now hurriedly called up players, or let's assemble, and it's not like they invited, the number of players that was invited were the ones that picked to the tournament. They had to make it an open camp for people to be screened. They went through that rigorous process, and we saw what the outcome was after all was said and done. So the NFF needs to do more. The administration, probably because Nigerians are still finding it difficult to overcome the loss to Ghana, not qualifying for the World Cup, and nobody is actually happy with the Nigeria Football Federation. Maybe we need a change of administration. Maybe they also need to sit up to do the right things, because Nigerians need what is one thing that gives many Nigerians joy is this round leather game. And if you cannot administer it the way it should go, a lot of people will not be happy with you at all.
Well, an average Nigerian is a football enthusiast, and can do anything and go to any lengths to ensure that they get the best out of football. And if nothing is making them happy and joyous, I think football will surely give them that joy. And that's why at every point in time, they cannot sacrifice their football time and football love for anything. Well, this is Capital Sports reaching you from the Unity Station, NT Channel 5 Abuja. And it is that time when the lines will be open for you to be part of the discussion. And Pius Idoko has been firing from all cylinders, dropping it hot, like we did say at the beginning. And we have some other issues that also in the course of our discussion will also read out to you, but we'll be opening the lines for you to be able to participate in the program today. Now, Pius, before we get the calls coming in,
Yes.
we must also give it to our under 17 women team.
Oh, yes.
Also in the contest to also go for the World Cup in India.
Yeah, kudos to the Bankole Olowokere's two-third side. The ladies, they've been very, very fantastic. I mean, I think they are yet to concede a goal. The first game they played was against the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Let's see if we can get this caller, please. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, quickly, please, your name and where you're calling from. Your name? Okay, you're welcome. Quickly, please. This is Capital Sports.
All right. Now, there's a question I want to ask your guest from that Nigerian club or football.
Yes.
So, which has play basketball, I intend asking if there's the professional league going on in Nigeria, basketball.
Okay. Thank you. His is a question, and is simply asking. We're talking about football and the league.
Yes.
Is the Nigerian basketball league currently going on?
Well, the Nigeria Basketball League itself is not what's going on, but we have two factional NBBA president now.
Yes.
One is actually organizing a basketball competition in Abuja, which is Mark the Ball. It's happening at the Moshood Abiola Stadium right now. I think that is what is, and it's national actually. So maybe that's the information he needs.
And to add to that, I think we wouldn't say that is the league. I know, if it is the league, we know how the league looks like, and the format is taken. But probably this is just a competition. I think where teams across board will come.
Definitely.
To play, but actually not at the league.
Yes.
Per se, owing to
the question,
wrangling and that
that's right.
To settle. I think that answers your question. Thanks for your time. Now, you were making a point about the under 17 team.
Okay, yes, the Flamingos, I must give credit to them, kudos to them. The ladies have been very, very good at, they've actually delivered from the second round of the qualifiers. They played against Democratic Republic of Congo. Home and away, it was 8-0 on aggregate. I was there at Benin to also monitor proceedings there. They came back after they were able to get past that that stage. They now had to face Egypt. Egypt came to Abuja. They were mauled 4-0, went there, also did it 2-0, 6-0 on aggregate. Now they are in the fourth and the final round of the qualifiers against Ethiopia. Yeah, Ethiopia is a good side. They were able to win South Africa away from home 3-0. And that, alone should give us a little bit of scare. But regardless, these ladies are also very good on their own. But South Africa, the reverse fixture, also won in Ethiopia 1-0. So it ended 3-1 on aggregate. I feel Bankole Olowokere, this team have been together for a while. They've gelled together. They understand each other. I don't think that these Ethiopians will be a threat to their quest of getting to the World Cup, which is India later this year.
All right, let's see if we can get this second caller. Hello, good afternoon. You can call us back to be part of the program. Now, just quickly, before we quickly switch to other sports. Now, the Champions League, I think, is one that everyone seems to be talking about, even though the major European leagues are also getting to its climax.
That's right.
EPL, it's between Liverpool, Man
City, yes.
And Italian Serie A, so I think the competition is also there.
Yes.
Spain, we already know the winner, already champions already. The Champions League, many have argued probably as it stands, giving it to Liverpool. Some will say Real Madrid. Quickly, please.
Okay. Liverpool are very experienced when it comes to Champions League, 13-time winners, and they are going. Yeah, Real Madrid. They actually got in for their 14th. Liverpool on the other side, 6-time winners, got in for their 7th, and these two teams have met in the finals before. We saw what happened to Salah and Ramos then, and it's most likely going to be like a revenge game. I want to root behind Liverpool. yeah, I just want to root for them. Real Madrid, they've won it so much. They should give others the chance to.
Bias, but if you're talking about winning eight, is it the ratio you're looking at, or probably the team that has tasted it? Liverpool too, like you said, have won six,
Yes.
going for seven time.
Oh, yes.
So it probably is about our sentiment now of
Yeah.
where I think your mind is now.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well,
Definitely.
but I think Liverpool is also a very good
A
side.
very
They
good
have
side.
shown that in the EPL and also in the Champions League.
That's right.
Like somebody will say in local parlance, no be my mind to get to that place. So I
At all.
it
At
will
all.
go either way. Madrid is a good side, and also Liverpool. So whichever side is having its 28th of May, I
Oh,
think,
yes. Yeah, in Paris.
in Paris. So I think it's going to be a very good one. Now let's quickly look at table tennis. Just last week, I think there's this championship in Abuja. Where
Yes.
teams from across the states, like
That's
22
right.
states, came,
Yes.
and also clubs participated with over 300 table tennis players. I think the essence, like the organizers, said, was to, get these young athletes, to be able to serve like a replacement.
That's right.
For
The-
the Aruna Kadri,
Yes.
Funke Oshinaiku and their likes. So I think the outcome didn't disappoint, where we have Ome
Oh, yeah.
of Ogun State.
Okay.
Imagine the new, men's champion.
Champion.
Fatima Bello, from Delta. Imagine as the, women champion. But the essence, was to bring, young lads, to be able to take over, that, table tennis game.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it should be right now, because some of the players that have been they are aging fast, and we need replacements for them. I recall the organizers of the event said their focus this year is going to be for the cadets and the junior categories, and the essence is just to groom them and integrate them into the the elite division of the game and all of that. So.
Okay, sorry, please. Let's be able to take this. Hello,
Okay.
good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, your name, please.
My name is Julius from Matama.
Okay, quickly, Julius. This is Capital Sports.
Thank you for the analyst one. I want to suggest to you if the people can find it up with a really bit of fact to the action, so that everybody will see what is going on.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your observation. Thank you. All right. Okay, Pius?
Yes. Okay, so their major focus, they said, is going to be on the cadets and the junior categories. And of course, the athletes, they turned out in their numbers. They gave their very best. And then we saw new champions emerged in this year's edition of the championship. I think subsequently, if we continue to have this kind of events, it will help to groom. Not everybody can play football. Not everybody can play basketball and all of that. We also need to pay attention to other sports, which is why the president of this particular ASO championship decided to coin this. It's the 15th edition, and from the first edition to the 14th has been very successful. The 15th wasn't left out also. We hope that we'll continue to see this coming, because we need replacement. Aruna Kadri, they've carved a niche for themselves. We need younger ones that will also make a name for themselves, especially when it comes to other sports. We need to be dominant. If the football that many Nigerians love is not giving them that so much joy, let's see if we can actually turn our attention to other sports.
Okay. Also, we also must say here that Aruna Kadri has, carved a niche for himself, and also making a name for the country and the continent.
That's right.
Breaking through into, the world 10. So
That's
I think,
right.
That's a good news, and also a cherry one for us. And we must, like you say, continue to encourage the younger one to be able to be that perfect replacement.
Very well.
Or to help us do it tomorrow when it matters. Now, quickly, I think we're beginning to get signal for, the time. We must say this: the Madrid Open
Yes.
is over, and we've seen champions emerge. But one that we must talk about is Ons Debro, an African, winning it for the first time in her career.
Oh yes, I mean, it's quite commendable, and this I will say, has set the tone for others to also follow suit. It's not everybody, like you said, it's the first time this is happening. And we're hoping that all those followers of long tennis, they should be able to key into this and see that so long as it is sport, anything is possible. If Mr. A can do it, Mr. B can equally do it. So kudos to them, and let's see more Africans doing that.
Well, it's about belief, it's about determination.
Determination.
That is, the spirit in sport that you must always carry, and one day definitely it will get your turn to emerge as that champion. This has also given her that new position in the ranking.
Very well.
From 10 to 7.
Very well, to 7th in the world,
yeah.
yes.
So I think that is a very good one. So never say never is a spirit. Well, I think my director is beginning to give me signal of a red card if I don't, call it Dave, at this moment. But before we go, we must thank you, Pius Idoku, very, very much for finding time to appear once again on Capital Sports.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, I must also thank all those that have worked behind the scenes to ensure that we, relate to you some of these happenings today, and hoping and believing that Thursday, 3 p.m. next week, same station, same time, will be another opportunity when we come back here to give you some of the highlights. Probably, maybe we would have seen more champions and winners emerging in one sport or the other. I remain Abdullah Herjia, that striker on the seats.